Hey y'all, grown black folks talk. Uh, Hard to know what to title this one, but the idea is, yeah, there's a lot going on, a lot of foolery going on, but learning how to let foolery be foolery when you have bigger fish to fry. There's a lot happening. Black men and women are arguing about people that have 350 to $950 million, depending on how you estimate Will and Jada Smith's net worth. It was a whole lot closer to 900 billion the last time I looked. But that was several years ago. So however y'all want to count it is fine. But none of that actually matters. I received the news this week also that Cynthia G was demonetized. And people are arguing back and forth about that. If you are a Cynthia G fan, yes, that matters to you. However, whatever happens to Cynthia G doesn't put money in your bank account. Now, y'all already know. I, I am not a supporter of her content. I don't work well with people encouraging you to deselect your children by gender. I no, no. And I called it hilarious and I stand on it. However, do I need to make a reaction video about her? No. I have bigger fish to fry. I have bigger fish to fry than Will and Jada. And well, but all these people are established YouTubers and they have real money and real followers. That's right. They do. And none of that puts money in my bank account and has anything to do with my calling and what I'm on this earth to do. Black Women Making Money is doing a wonderful series called Indistractable, thanks to a book that she's doing. And I'm doing a shout out because the concept of that was really very helpful to me. The thing I have learned about foolery is that foolery will fry itself given long enough. I have bigger fish to fry. My personal fish. In a singular week, on a single day, I confronted the specter of my own death, missed it by an hour. I heard a song that took me 20 years back to a very dark place for me. My first adult love was using me as a beard. I've never ever talked about that. It's not something I normally remember. So that's big emotional up and down. And then someone who's been very key to me also got sick this week, who's doing this process. And I'm actually going to talk about who that is and what they did and got done and did overnight so that I would have what I needed to work with this week so I can give her some public acknowledgement and thanks. But on Monday, October 16th, I could have lost my mind between all those extremes in the middle of doing what I'm getting ready to do. See, Jada put out her book on the 17th. I don't have time to care about it. The Republicans have been acting a straight fool. Donald Trump has gotten as close to getting snatched up and put in jail over a gag order. There's a judge in Colorado, and he's like, Mr. President, Mr. Former President, you think you the man? Not in my courtroom. No, 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 there's only one of us in here, and it is not you. But I don't have time. I don't have time to worry about the Republicans in Congress shooting themselves in the foot and shutting down the nation, the business of the nation, when we out here looking at things and President Biden sitting up here having a wonderful fireside chat talking about I'm gonna ask for $100 billion. Sir, you can't ask for Jack Sprat. You have no House of Representatives. But I can't sit up here and be mad at him. I have bigger fish to fry. I can't work any of that out. I have to work out what I have to work out. Y'all know what's coming for me to work out, which will also help us move ourselves from the back of the line to the front on on an opportunity that only comes once every 4 years. And no, I am not talking about the election. Let me show you something. See, this is what we on right here. Light up that. Oops, sorry, y'all. Let me light up that gold for you. Actually, this is what we on. This is what we gonna put the light on for right now. Book 5. The cover was done by True Mystique. And I just extended the colors a little bit further out. This is what we on right now. Yeah, I'm Auntie D. I come up in my simple everyday clothes and talk to you about regular things. But I also have you. Some of you have watched the My Crypto Journey playlist, and I have been through a cycle, and I am tired of Black women coming in last on these things. And I'm tired of retail in general. because I'm not a bigot, but I am a Black woman. So I'm going to make sure to take it. Most of my subscribers are, but anybody who's here will have an opportunity. We're in the advanced reader copy stage, but we're within a week and a half or so of everybody having a chance to download this free on Amazon. And I want to put a shout out to True Mystique, who did a magnificent job putting this cover together. And for those of you that had some feedback and input on what this cover should look like, I appreciate you. Some of you will be getting advanced reader copies. Sam Reed Bliss, I know you've already expressed a interest. Confidence with Love has already expressed an interest. And anyone else who would like to review this book in advance can let me know. This weekend and over the coming week, I will get some advanced reader copies out, and then they will become free to the public. The day to beat is October the 30th to November the 7th. These books will be available for free download on Amazon then, and I will do a video and drop a link. But do you see how I have bigger fish to fry? And so do you. You do too. See, this is the thing. We're just ordinary people. We're just ordinary people. Granted. Of course, this flower is not going to come up on this background. We're just ordinary people. Granted. But in every ordinary person, if we could just focus for a minute and stop being distractible, we can change the order in which our own people get into opportunity. But if I'm going to deal with Will, Jada, and Cynthia, who have their own problems to handle, they're not my problems. My issue is making sure that in spite of all the stuff that I have gone through in this last year, that I honor my calling. And when the Spirit said, okay, Lord, I got all this information about when the crypto bull run was going to start, and I have 4 years of advantage on everybody else, that pretty much everybody else that I know, what would you have me to do? Write it down is what I would have you to do. Do your 5th book. So with everything that's going on, I've been just working bit by 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 bit to make this happen. It is happening. The transcendency of the anguish that I have been in, wanting there to be more people here with me than there are. 21 months. The communities that I was in 21 months ago, 22 months ago, it's October, about to be November. I once had access to touch 100,000 people. But see, people wanted the foolery. People wanted their distractions. People wanted to do all the things that other people have for us to do, who have in mind for us to stay at the back of the line. That's what everybody's into right now. We just gonna stay distracted. We just gonna be mad at each other. We gonna keep on worrying about what that man and this woman over here is doing, and why they ain't about nothing, and trying to compete and compare and position ourselves against people going into the permanent underclass, while other people out here on this. Do you know that I got a lot of information that I put in this book from white folks in Europe and Australia and in the United States? I got people from England, Australia, and Germany feeding me information, and y'all are sitting up here arguing about whatever it was Will and Jada put in the book. Not all of y'all, not all of you follow me. Let me pull that back. I'm frustrated because so many of us chose to be distractible. How many times, if you don't understand right by now, that Black men and Black women have such serious problems that once we finish vetting one another out completely, that may not be the only way. If you don't know by now that you are a human being and you can mate with any other human being, once you vetted them out, if you still need to sit around and hear that explained, okay, you still need to sit around and hear that explained. I'm not mad at you, but we got to move on. I have bigger fish to fry. And if you want to have something to build with by the year 2030, you better not be missing 4-year opportunities as they come by. And I'm trying to make this available to you as this flower tries to fall out of my ear. Well, behind my ear, but y'all know what I'm saying. I'm trying to make sure, and of course it's completely disappeared against that background because it's also purple. Let me get this up here in my hair. All right, there we go. Um, gravity on camera. I'm trying to make sure that you actually have something to argue about. Do you not know by now that all these people arguing back and forth are circling the drain, going down to the primitive underclass? I've talked about it on this channel. We have bigger fish to fry than worry about people that already have nine-figure money. We have bigger fish to fry than people that already have established channels and are establishing new channels, because that doesn't put anybody in our pockets. That does not build any resources for us. Now, everybody isn't going to be into crypto, and I get that. But I go back to what Black Women Making Money said. At some point, you have to learn how to focus on what is your business. You have to mind your own business. You have to get your life together. I had to get, all right. See, I did started the exclusive playlist for this book, and that is not as excitable. This is not going to sit up there for that. So we're just going to go ahead and put that right here. See, like I said, I'm a real person too, so real stuff happens with real people. Let's see if I'll get this to sit right there for a minute, or forget it. Okay, because grown Black folks talk. We get it. We get excitable over here because I'm very concerned about us. We have bigger fish to fry than to be worried about all these other people just doing this, that, the third, the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. That does not build anything for us. If you look at the numbers on Black wealth, whether you're a man or a woman, we are held back by the fact that 1/6 of us are felons and cannot get regular access to food, clothing, and shelter because economically, the Black men who are convicted felons are locked out. 1/6 of the adults are pretty much locked out of the economy now. We are hampered by that. We are still dealing with discrimination and racism and all those other things that go with that. We do not have time to be sitting up worrying about billionaires who advise us to move in people with light bills and can pay a bill, but if he has good character. No, if he has good character, he's going to come to you better than that and willing to do more and able to do more. Even if he's not there at the moment, he'll get there. We're not going to entertain the fact that Will and Jada do not have a clue what they are doing in terms of having a happy marriage. They have picked up a bad marriage for life. Okay, well, they get to do that. That's their journey. Do you want that to be your journey? Does it help you build anything? Huh? Cynthia G, according to her own subscribers, has been a great deal of help in helping Black women wake up to certain situations. And that is, I'm not here to argue with that because everybody already knows how I stand on that. I will not be in community with her because, again, this whole idea that gender-based, we just gonna throw our children away based on their gender from the womb. We haven't given them a chance to even be who they're gonna be. I'll never stand for that. However, she has the intelligence and the wisdom to have started another channel. She's already up doing what she needs to do. And that is something we can learn from Cynthia G. Indistractability. Thank you, Black Women Making Money. We have bigger fish to fry than to be out here worried about what everybody else is doing. Because look here. And yeah, this is y'all's Sunday sermon. I'm the daughter of a Baptist preacher. It is what it is. Because I want you to look here. If I can find it. Because now that I got one extra background in here. Well, number one, we're going to borrow from Game of Thrones. It is, by the time you see this, October 22nd. Winter is coming. And actually, winter coming is a good time to buy anything because the biggest times that to have a product is not an accident that I have a product coming out in the late fall. Quarter 4 and Quarter 1. If when people try to get their lives together and actually buy things for themselves that they need, this is a time of great opportunity if you are prepared. But the other thing I'm trying to do while I'm on my way to find my other background is that we do not have time to play around with people that already have their situations together if we don't have our situations together. We need to get on this. We got 2 potential World War entrances going on. We have people who are using AI to the point that jobs are going to be disappearing for both Black men and Black women. And you have immigration situations where skilled workers are looking for a better life in other countries. And we need to skill up. Black Women Making Money is always talking about this. If you don't have this together, it doesn't matter what you think about Will, Jada, or Cynthia. You're going to be in the permanent underclass. I'm not going to sing the song again, but there is room in the permanent underclass for you. You have bigger fish to fry. You too have bigger fish to fry. And you may need to consider, I'm gonna try to get this in here one more time, how you level your life up and do what you are called to do and get what you're supposed to put in this world out there so that you can not only change your situation first, but then again, like I said, I'm giving this away free because I really want you to have it to understand what you can do with this once in 4 year opportunity. I'll be giving this away free till the second week of November because I want you to have this. But this is not for people who love the mess more. You have got to turn away from the distractions and focus on what you need to do. And if crypto isn't your thing, True Mystique is a magnificent graphic designer. She made the decision to step out on faith and do what she was called to do as an artist. All of us who are involved in this are going to be the beneficiaries of her fine work. Look at it. It's beautiful. All of us are going to be beneficiaries. Eventually, this won't be, after next week, we'll do another one. It won't be an advanced reader copy. Eventually, we'll talk about the synergy that we found together. Because she found what she was supposed to be doing and stepped out on faith. I found what I was supposed to be doing and stepped out on faith, stepped away from distractions, stepped away from competition, stepped away from worrying about, well, she's in her 20s and she's going to be competing with me for men, and I'm 42, and she needs to come with me with respect because I'm older than her, blah, 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 blah. She's in New York, I'm in California. Doesn't it even make sense? Are we even the same person? Do we want the same ad? And since both of us are Christians, you think God is dumb like that? You see how dumb these conversations, this competition, even between Black women is? And instead, when we stop acting a fool, we can do this. I watched Stephanie Perry and the Exodus Summit. And they kept talking about what it was like to have Black women coming together, not competing, not comparing, but working in community. I am a witness, and now so are you, to how powerful that can be. And again, I say this as someone who still struggles to keep their emotions together, because I have been reminded this week of all the people I could have helped over 20 years if they had just been able to dial back from just going with the foolery. Any of the 5 men I could have been married to would have been benefiting from this. Up to 100,000 people that I had limited access to. Some of them may get back on board. I'm going to reach out to some people. But it's just like, if you want the foolery, we can't be together. We can't be together. Do, 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. Because foolery is going to keep everybody distracted from doing what they need to do to move themselves. Because, by the way, I didn't write this book just out of doing it. I told you I had 4 years advanced knowledge of crypto. If I wanted to, I could just sit here and do what I wanted to do in the next bull run and forget everybody here. So if you have knowledge, you don't have to run out and do anything for anybody else. But because I was called as a lay minister of the Most High God, he said, don't sit on it. Inform the people. I will show you how to write your 5th book, even with everything you have going on, even with all that you are going through, even though if I were not a mind fixer and a heart regulator, you probably would be in a straitjacket by now. I will make this happen for you anyway. And because it's happening for me, because I'm refusing to be distracted by all the stuff I could be distracted by, it's also going to be able to happen for you if you choose not to be distracted by the foolery and get on board. And again, for a week, starting on October the 30th, it will be free for you to get it. And because you're in my subscriber or listener base, if you have questions about it, I'll be here. You just drop me some questions. We'll put it in my crypto journey. And then for those of you who really want some walkthroughs, now if you've read the book, you will already have access to the exclusive playlist that I have for this book. If you haven't read the book, there's also a newsletter that you'll find in the book that you can get to get crypto news and education. Every 2 weeks, I'll put things in there for you to know what's going on and keep up. If you don't have any of those things, I will still, if enough of you want to walk through, we'll figure it out at a reasonable price for everybody and we'll just come on board and make it happen. We'll figure it all out. But this is only for people that are ready. I have other fish to fry than the same old conversations. Now, if I do whatever I do a topic on here, obviously we'll talk about it in the comments. But I need us to understand some things we do have to tackle. Okay? Everything is not going to be us making massive strides. Sometimes as Black women, we just need to talk about situations we find ourselves in. And we'll continue to do that on this channel. But the point I'm trying to make to you is becoming indistractable is important. Learning how to fry your fish, mind your business, get your life together is the key thing as we begin to look toward 2024. I need all of us to really get focused on that because, again, this is the situation we find ourselves in. I didn't need the reminder this week from my own perspective, but maybe I did. Had I not been minding my business on Monday, had I not been doing what I was called to do and listening to the one who chose me, who I have also chosen, I'd be dead. This week would not have happened for me. I'd be dead. It is that serious that we focus on what we are meant to focus on in this season. I say again, had I not taken a moment to honor the calling that I have toward the seniors that I serve, even though it was not my plan for that day, I would be dead now. And you may not have come to that serious point in your life yet, but see, I have. And some of you are nearer than you think. And I don't want you to be out there like that. So this has been your Sunday sermon. In closing, again, I'm not saying this to any of you because I hate you. I think if you're on this channel, you know. If you've chosen to be among the 865 or so people that have stayed around with me, I appreciate every one of you. I think that we have really formed a community that nourishes us and that we are able to ask questions and get questions answered and think about things and really begin to do growth items as Black women. And it is valuable to me as well to have your input. And I really appreciate it. But as we steer this channel and as we move into this next year, as I'm working to make sure between this autumn and next autumn, people are ready to go, I really am going to be examining even more what we talk about here. Does it help us grow? Does it fit us to seize the opportunities that are available to us and not be sitting up here worried about what other silly people are saying that already have their nest set and are perfectly willing to make chattel out of us acting a fool over their foolishness? I said it when I was Demons and Thought moderator. Stop fighting for the bottom. I'm going to say it again. There's so much opportunity for us out there. We don't need to fight for the bottom. We need to focus on those things. Black women making money. I'm mentioning her again. Stephanie Perry, Rashida Dow, Alicia Renice the artist, Level Up Single Mom, Confidence with Love, the Exodus Network, which is between Rashida Dow, which is She Is on the Loose, and is it a day? Her is it Adelia Flora Sade? Picky Girl Travels the World. Anyway, you'll find them in the Exodus Network. Even if you don't plan to leave the country, the point I'm trying to make to you is what I want you to do is remember that as a Black woman and even as a Black man, because you could also be listening to Tony Gaskins or R.C. Blake's JT Automations. Well, just those three will get you set up a little bit better than what a lot of people are doing. Myron Golden, I'll put these things in the description. So that there's opportunities for you to be listening to people that will actually help you get somewhere. instead of us going around, chasing the tails of people, snipping up the behinds of people that already have what they're going to have and are just exploiting us for clicks and views. Good Sunday to you. I will most likely have something more to say about my book on Monday. So I've got to get some stuff done tonight before I go to bed, then go to bed, get up, teach Sunday school. And yeah, get up, teach Sunday school, do church, get back here, take care of some other things, and hopefully have that ready for distribution on Monday. That's our Tuesday if I can't quite get the advanced reader copies out that early. And then move forward because the main book launch is coming on the 30th. So we'll have some content in my crypto journey about that as well. And it'll probably overlap with Grown Black Folks Talk since this is a book for people ready to do grown things and learn about a new market and prepare to get involved before the rush. Anyway, have a good Sunday. Please do not be distracted this week. Please focus on what is for you. What is out there for you to step it up a little bit and step away from distractions and step it up? What's out there for you? Huh? Find that thing. Find that thing and leave the rest of the foolery alone. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.